Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling completely confused? You know what happened, you remember what was said, yet somehow, by the end of the conversation, you're apologizing. You're questioning yourself. You're wondering if you're too emotional, too sensitive, maybe too demanding. If you've ever felt that way, I want you to know something. You're not alone. Whether it's a parent, a partner, or someone you love deeply, living with someone constantly manipulates your reality, slowly disconnects you from yourself. And the scariest part isn't the manipulation. It's that after a while, you stop trusting your mind, your own intuition. And today, I want to help you understand what's happening psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually. And most important, how to begin finding your way back to yourself. One of the biggest misconceptions is this: if it's so bad, why don't you just leave? Because leaving isn't just leaving a person, it's leaving hope. Hope that maybe they will change. Hope they'll finally understand you, and even hope that they'll become the version of themselves that you fell in love with. But here's something many people don't realize. You're often not attached to who they are. You're attached to who they become for only brief moments. For those moments when they're loving, kind, affectionate, and present. Those moments feel so real to you that you convince yourself they're the real person. So every painful cycle becomes something you tolerate because you're waiting for that version to come back. And psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement. It's the same mechanism that makes gambling addictive, by the way. And you never know when the reward is coming. So you keep trying and trying. And not because you're weak, but because your brain has learned to associate uncertainty with hope. Now, let's talk about what manipulation actually feels like. And not what it looks like, but what it feels like. Imagine you're telling your partner, "Oh, you just hurt my feelings. That hurt me. What you said hurt me. What you did hurt me." And instead of them listening to you or trying to understand you, they would say, "You're too sensitive," or "You're remembering it wrong," or "You're exaggerating." And this is my personal favorite. They would just say, "Oh, come on, it was just a joke." And suddenly your feelings become the problem and not their behavior. And over time, you stop expressing yourself, not because you have nothing to say. It's because speaking honestly has become emotionally expensive. And another sign is you begin apologizing for things that aren't yours. You're sorry for their anger. You're sorry that they misunderstood you. You're sorry that they're upset. And you're sorry for bringing something up. And eventually, you are the one apologizing simply for existing. And here's another one that doesn't get talked about enough, in my opinion. You start rehearsing conversations in your head before you're even having them. You calculate every word, every tone, every sentence, and every reaction, and not because you are manipulative, but because you're trying to avoid another explosion. And that's not healthy communication. That's only survival mode. And here's the biggest lie people believe. If I can explain myself better, maybe they'll finally understand. Maybe I didn't say it in the right way. No. Healthy people misunderstand you accidentally, but manipulative people misunderstand you strategically and not always consciously, but the outcome is the same. And the conversation never ends with clarity. It ends with confusion, and the goalposts keep moving. And every explanation becomes another opportunity to defend yourself. And eventually, you become exhausted. And you start dimming your light. Not because you're wrong, but because you've spent years of trying to prove something that never required proof. And that's your humanity. So what do? The first step is to stop arguing with people committed to misunderstanding you. Not because they always have, not because they always have bad intentions, but because your peace cannot depend on someone's willingness to see your truth. And secondly, maybe journaling will help. Keep a journal, write things down, and gaslighting attacks memory. So whenever they gaslight you, you stop. Eventually you stop realizing or remembering what happened through the years. But when you write it down, it protects their reality. And the third one would be pay attention to your nervous system, which is one of the most important ones. And it changed my life when I started listening to my nervous system, when I started listening to my body, to my emotions, to my gut feeling, to the signal or to the message my heart had sent me. Always ask yourself, how does my body feel after spending time with that person? Do I feel lighter? Or do I feel anxious? Do I feel maybe tense or drained? Because your body often recognizes danger before your mind is even willing to admit it. And now the fourth one. Stop trying to earn love. Love isn't a reward for a perfect behavior or maybe a perfect appearance. Healthy love doesn't require constant performance. It allows you to exhale. And last but not least, and this is one of my favorites, set boundaries and understand something very important. People who benefited from your lack of boundaries will often be the first ones to criticize them and to even notice them. And don't mistake their discomfort for your wrongdoing, because it's not. And I want you to leave with something that I hope you'll remember. Healing isn't getting the apology. It's not changing them. Healing is not making them understand you better. Healing is reaching the point where your peace no longer depends on someone else's awareness. And Rumi wrote, "Yesterday I was clever. I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I changed myself." And that doesn't mean accepting abuse. On the contrary, it means recognizing that your greatest power isn't changing another person. It's changing what you allow to continue. And if no one has ever told you, or not told you lately, you don't have to earn respect. You don't have to prove your worth. And you certainly don't have to shrink yourself to make someone else comfortable. You are allowed to choose your peace. It's your human right. even if someone else calls it selfish. Because protecting your peace isn't selfish. It is your right, and it's called self-respect. And let's end this with a mantra. Close your eyes if you can. Let's take a deep breath together. Repeat these words slowly. I release the need to be understood by those who refuse to listen. I trust my intuition. I honor my emotions. I no longer confuse love with suffering. And I choose relationships that bring peace instead of confusion. I forgive myself for staying longer than I should have. And I forgive myself for believing I had to earn love. Today, I come home to myself. And from this moment onward, I protect my peace. Thank you for sharing this sacred space with me. Remember, your soul already knows the way. I'm just here to remind you of it. And if this episode expanded your awareness, subscribe and stay connected to your highest timeline. Until next time, rise, remember, and return to your light.